Finish the sentence for me. Redneck Rave is.
Mud, music, and mayhem. We're like the Redneck Disney World.
You can do whatever you want. No rules here.
We're gonna do what we wanna do. Come out! When I think of a rave, I think of literally drugs, sex, and rock and roll. When you're billing it as the biggest redneck party in America, you're just turning it up to 11. My biggest fear is always that one of my deputies or one of our community members is gonna get hurt.
This kind of environment, there's gonna be some kind of incident regardless. I mean, there's people drinking, there's other stuff going on.
Accidents are gonna happen.
Get him, go get him.
Somebody did get impaled. That's a fucking log.
Wow.
I was on scene for the impalement. I will never get that image out of my head.
Every single major news covered it.
The Redneck Rave.
It descended into chaos.
What in the redneck hell?
I don't want to expose myself or my children or my wife to the things that I have seen and heard about at this event.
Redneck Rave shit.
If you have bad vibes, it's not gonna be a fun time. But if you just go into that motherfucker smiling, ready to fucking take a Jaeger bomb, we should be good to go.
Redneck Rave is billed as the biggest country party you'll ever go to, where mud, music, and mayhem are guaranteed. This event has happened before, back in June of 2021. Thousands of people descended upon this very rural part of the state, and the headlines were dominated by reports of crime and mayhem and injuries. The injuries range from a guy with a crushed finger to a slit throat to a literal impalement. Just in time. He is a country rapper, the founder and organizer of Redneck Rave. He quickly announced that there would be another Redneck Rave happening in October of 2021, which is why we're here, to see what Redneck Rave will be like this time around.
Your destination is on the right.
Our first go at off-roading. Yes! See how this minivan holds up. Under the entrance to Blue Holler Off-Road Park, there's a literal like mangled car, like a warning. Hello, you guys? I hope I wore the right shoes. I think I see Justin.
Howdy, ma'am.
Oh, hello, Justin.
Kill that motherfucker. All right, here we go. We do it like this.
Wow.
Oh, that hurts so bad.
Oh, you barely even saw. Is this for me?
Yes, ma'am.
I assume this is like an iced coffee because it's what, 11 in the morning?
It's a mocha latte Jaeger bomb.
Cheers to you, man. Hey, cheers to you. Thank you for having us.
That's Jaeger Dan.
Thank you, Jaeger Dan.
So his job is
Appreciate
every time
your
you see him, he gives you a Jaeger bomb.
That is my favorite guy so far. No offense to you.
No, it's okay. You know, I'm not a lot of people's favorites. It's okay. It's just...
By the way, Erica.
Nice to meet you, Erica.
Hi, Justin. Nice to meet you.
How are you doing, ma'am?
And this is Redneck Rave.
This is the day before the day.
So I know this past summer, thousands and thousands of people showed up. It kind of maybe overwhelmed the area a little bit. Do you think the same amount of people are going to show up? Are you ready if they do?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we're totally prepared for anything. No matter what you do, it's a controlled chaos.
I mean, you Google Redneck Rave, the headlines are
Daily
mass arrests,
fucking
impalements, someone had their throat slit. The sheriff is quoted as saying they were overwhelmed. So
None of that's true.
None of it's true?
Yeah. The media, they try to, make it a fucking thing, but it really just like excited everybody else to where it's like, oh my God, people are getting impaled. Let's fucking.
I read that.
Hey, Darce, we're going to an impalement party right now, swear to God. So it's like one of those things.
Can you show us around a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. Go grab Jaeger Dan, tell him to bring us more Jaeger bombs.
Hello, guys.
Here is kind of like where the security cameras are. We're able to keep an eye on everything. And then, like say an accident happens, there was, the guy got impaled by the log. He really did get impaled by a log.
I was saying, why did you do close? Did he get impaled?
No, he did. He 100% did. He was riding behind somebody else, and then the person in front of him kicked up a log, and as he was riding, it shot through his side-by-side, and it went like in his stomach.
But he survived.
He survived it, but like they took out some of his small intestine, large intestine. He lost his,
Jesus Christ.
What's that fucking thing right here? Appendix. His old lady was like, she was so happy about how fast we were there because those trails, it's 1,700 acres. You get lost very easily, but we were there in like 7 minutes.
Redneck Rave is held on private land, so local law enforcement can't go inside unless they're called in. Sheriff Doyle patrols this rural part of Kentucky, so we went to talk to him about what happened last year.
I was on scene for the impalement. At that moment, nobody was okay. I mean, I'm not okay. I see crazy crap all the time, and I don't want to see that. I will never get that image out of my head.
What is your biggest fear for the next few days?
Well, my biggest fear is always that one of my deputies or one of our community members or one of our visitors is going to get hurt or killed. I feel like some of these people disrespect our community when they come in with the idea of, I'm going to drink as much as I can drink and smoke or ingest whatever other things they want to participate in, then drive their four-wheeler through narrow, rough terrain with reckless abandon.
Dan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jaegerman Dan.
Appreciate it. Oh, these are dangerously good. Thank you.
We got to go to the caves. That's where we're going now.
Which is our vehicle? Because we do have a minivan, but...
You're not going to make it there.
Okay.
Redneck Rave is held in the middle of a remote ATV park. There's an open field for racing, partying, and mud bogs, a small concert stage, some food vendors, porta potties, and miles of off-road tracks that lead deep into the Kentucky woods.
So usually, I'm not going to lie, we do these trails at about 50 miles an hour. So that was from the last race, and now it's a landmark.
Whoa. So this is the caves?
Yes, one of them.
Oh my God. The terrain as we were driving in was like kind of muddy paths, forest, and all of a sudden we've like entered into this beautiful cavern. So where are we right now?
Called the Sand Cave, for obvious reasons.
It's got sand in it.
Yeah, and it's a cave. Wow. Is this a redneck shower?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So when you run out of wet wipes,
yeah,
you just come in there and you're just like...
Right now, it's just a handful of us out here. What's it gonna be like over the next couple of days?
This will be completely full with side-by-sides. You'll see a few tumble down there. Controlled chaos. Yeah, transpires to be that.
I mean, I know it's gonna be sort of chaotic and madness and mud and mayhem, but at the moment, it's very peaceful and very nice.
It's day one of Redneck Rave. People started showing up and camping out yesterday, and I'm not sure what to expect, but it did rain last night, so at least the mud part will be guaranteed.
Look at these cars. They are caked in mud. I feel like such a dweeb in this minivan. I changed outfits today because I got shamed for wearing Robin Hood boots. So I got my mud boots. What's up, man? Wow.
Hey, welcome to Redneck Rave. Kick off your jocks and grab your Crocs. We're live, motherfucker!
People like to come out and do some four-wheeling and get money.
Out here at Redneck Rave, it's one for all, all for themselves. You have fun, you just, you can go anywhere. You can do whatever you want. No rules here.
Woo! Shot? There you go, babe. I showed my moves for all these fucking
For all those, you should have gotten more.
I got you.
All right, cheers, cheers.
Yeah.
Redneck Rave shit.
Yeah.
We're doing like a piece on Redneck Rave. So is this your first time going?
First time here, yes.
And how is it so far?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Justin's the shit. Last night, I ain't even gonna talk about what we did. We popped BB guns and everything, had a good time, drank a couple bottles, he's the life of the party.
Do you like Redneck Rave?
It's probably the best thing I've ever done yet.
Everyone's respectful. What color you are, we don't give a fuck. Redneck Rave. We're all we work hard and play hard. That's all this is, man.
There's some symbolism here with some of these flags. Is Redneck Rave political?
I would say, in a sense, we have more, right people, but we have, people who come here and they had a rainbow rebel flag. To where it was, it was like two lesbian couples, and at the end of the day, when you come here, you can get a pro this flag or a pro that flag, The rebel flag has always been predominant in what we've been doing, and people, they have their views on it. You can be like my DJ, and you really don't mess with that flag.
Me and Justin, we brothers, but we got different mothers and we different colors. We done been through it all.
So when he told you about Redneck Rave, what did you think?
The first couple raves, I ain't really go. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that?
I mean, you do got people that fly the rebel flag. I had to get past it. Justin used to tell me all the time, you just gotta come. You just gotta come, man. And so that's what I did. When I first came to a Redneck Rave, seeing people with Confederate flags and stuff, and seeing the way that they embrace me, and it's like, they ain't so bad, you know what I'm saying? So I tell people they treat me better than they treat everybody else. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's because I'm the black guy or whatever, but they treat me great. I tell people that fly the flag, I mean, you do what you want to do, but if you Google rebel flag or you Google Confederate flag or you Google the Ku Klux Klan, that's their main flag.
Do you think you can use the Redneck Rave platform to educate people?
That's why Wakanda Camp is here. Redneck Rave is like my biggest platform to bridge the gap.
Can I ask you about your outfits? See Wakanda Camp.
Yeah. This is Wakanda Camp. Wakanda Camp is for Justin's DJ. He's very strong into the BLM movement, but also at the same time, he's strong on his beliefs, but also understands the whole everybody should live their own life type thing. Everybody automatically links the word redneck to racism, and that's not necessarily it.
For some reason, racism seems to play a part in what people think about rednecks. It's not. There's all races here. There are. There. Yes, okay, primarily white, but that's it's not racism. It's so not racism. I wish that was gone. I think we all wish that was gone and out of people's heads.
How would you define redneck?
And let's say you get a flat tire. It's fucking raining on the highway, the side of the fucking road. Everybody's just gonna keep passing you, but it's gonna fucking be that redneck with a damn shotgun hanging up in his back glass with a fucking rebel flag bumper sticker, and he's gonna pull over in that motherfucker and change your tire for you in the middle of a goddamn thunderstorm. That's the people that come to the Redneck Rave. You do something wrong, they will punch you in your fucking mouth. But at the same time, they'll fucking help you back up and give you a beer.
That man almost ended my life. Are you a redneck?
City boy all the way.
City boy?
Yes, ma'am, 100%. I was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. My father, he's a Marine, so we moved around a lot. Like when I was a kid, I was definitely, like hanging around the wrong crowd, and I was fucking young and dumb and just out there wilding, but I was adopted by all these rednecks. They accepted me for who I was.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sure. Cheers, Kim.
Cheers, man. Man, imagine getting a college degree and you're just out here fucking drinking with a city boy redneck with fucking Jaeger bombs on a dirty couch at 17 people. Definitely fucked on.
Wow, thank you so much, Edgar Dan.
I knew there was going to be a bit of drinking at Redneck Rave, but this was an endless free flow with everyone quick to offer me a drink.
Oh, wow. Is Dan coming in again?
Kentucky Moonshine.
Is it strong?
Yes.
Okay. Your dad made this moonshine?
Yes.
To your father? Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
We're here to have fun, tear stuff up and go home. It's definitely I'm gonna say vacation, but with it being so close to my home, I'm gonna say staycation.
This is a staycation.
It's close. I'm not leaving the state,
Yeah.
But
What are you getting away from? What's your vacation from?
Our son actually has chemo, or a brain tumor that he does weekly chemo treatments from, and he's got so much going on. And I know he's the one dealing with it, but the parents have a lot to go through too, So this is just our way to just kind of take a break. The kids are taken care of, but we just get to let loose.
What have you, just in time, provided to the redneck community?
I would say just a place to get away where you can be yourself. You're not gonna be judged on your appearance, how much you make, or something like that. If you come here, you're gonna not only meet new people, but they're gonna become friends, and then friends become family. And when they come here, they just know that they're gonna have a damn good time. When I first started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was a single dad. Man, we went through the fucking trenches. No house, no home. Like I got $1.29 to buy a fucking double cheeseburger and, let him eat the whole damn thing. And I go to sleep fucking stomach growling, fucking basically crying myself to sleep because I'm fucking being a bad dad at that point in time in life. And
was it Redneck Rave that changed all that? Like
100%.
what? Okay.
Yeah, it was night and day. I've done music for about 12, 13 years now. I was pretty notorious for throwing parties. I'm the guy who would charge you $5 to come to an apartment party. It started literally just on a buddy saying you should throw a mud bog. I was like, what the fuck is a mud bog? And he's like, man, fucking people, they fucking show up and they fucking hit a mud hole and they break their shit, man. And I was like, people pay to go to that shit? I had no expectations, and man, it just it took off from there. All of a sudden, I went from fucking a 9 to 5 to having thousands of people showing up. Walked into Arby's, was like, I ain't fucking serving no goddamn burgers no more. Fuck this shit.
On to the mayhem part of Redneck Rave, and since our minivan stood no chance, we hitched a ride in a side-by-side to get down to the action. Hundreds of people had gathered to race up an extremely steep rock face known as 1K Hill. The crowd was hyped as side-by-sides tried to make their way to the top.
Come out! You got the motherfucker! Don't be a fucking bitch!
And eventually there was a winner, but it came at a slight cost.
I know part of the mayhem is inherently maybe like some danger, I guess, like elements to it. That's what people like. But is danger always worth it, even if sometimes it can end like horrifically?
You never want to see anybody get hurt. Obviously, that's not a good thing. No, when you're coming out here and you're dealing with side-by-sides and you're dealing with machines and you're going out there and you're going balls to the wall, unfortunately, accidents do happen. And we can't control everything. Like you could potentially fuck your shit up.
We're heading to Sand Cave where the after party is. It's a rave happening in a cave. My man Ray here who's driving us. Ray, are you excited for the rave?
Absolutely.
What do you think we're gonna see at the late night Redneck Rave?
A lot of weed and a lot of titties, be my guess.
Gosh, I hope your guess is correct.
That's scary, but this is sketchy here though.
God, this is a little sketchy.
There was a couple bad wrecks out here earlier though. I think one of those machines still laying out here over the hill.
Traffic jam?
Yeah.
Oh, he got stuck. He don't want nobody to go through. What the hell?
So we seem to have run into a bit of a traffic jam on the way to the rave cave. Look at this traffic jam behind us. And everyone is wanting to get to this cave so they can finally get to the rave part of Redneck Rave. Oh, I think pretty close.
Yeah, you're coming. It's up right up. You're in it right here in just a second.
Oh my gosh, we're here. We're at the cave. So we finally made it to the cave after running into a slight traffic jam on the way out, but we made it. Looks like Jaeger Dan. Is that you? Dan, I just wanted to say that I feel like you're the real hero of this weekend, at least in my eyes. So,
I'll try to do what I can.
Jaeger Dan.
Yes. You spelled it wrong, but yes.
Cheers to you, Jaeger Dan. To Jaeger Dan.
Cheers.
Happy Redneck Rave.
Good job. Where'd you go?
Thank you so much.
Redneck Rave. Party full of nothing but fucking liquor and beer, fucking titties, fucking cocaine, fucking full of everything, whatever you want.
Tobacco.
Jedi weed.
Have you had fun though?
I've had a real blast. Everyone's been very, very nice. So we went to the cave party. Mostly just people hanging out and drinking and dancing. We saw some wrestling. People are crowded around a fire because it's actually really cold. It's like 50 degrees out. It's getting late. I'd like to go home, but unfortunately, that's our ride. They're trying to literally pull it out of a mud hole by another side-by-side. Success. Yeah, Ray? We can leave the cave. A perfect end to Redneck Rave.
Do you fear that the bigger you get, the more attention that might draw certain levels of negativity that will affect the success of this? You welcome it.
I welcome it. I mean, at the end of the day, I've had many big corporations, businesses want to sponsor me. And they said, hey, Justin, you just gotta not have the rebel flag symbolism. Can you do this and can you do that? And I tell every single one of them to get fucked. Because at the end of the day, the people that fucking sat here and made what the Redneck Rave what it is and that changed my life and changed my family's life, I'm supposed to just take that and fucking throw it away. Even though it may not be your cup of tea, but if you just go in there and you may not know what to expect, but if you go into it with an open mind, then you'll realize that you could be accepted by people that you would never ever think would accept you outside of this particular party.
I think Redneck Rave will one day be big as what's that thing that they throw, Coachella?
Yeah?
Yeah, huge festival. I take pride in coming to the Redneck Rave and letting people know how I feel about certain things, letting people know that we can shake hands now, we can eat together now. All you gotta do is try to be a light in somebody else's life.
Sheriff Doyle.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Hi. Okay, thank you. How was Redneck Rave for you?
It wasn't the apocalypse that we were expecting. It still was a very stressful weekend, but everybody's safe, everybody's alive. There was somebody who was suffering from some seizures. I think once they popped an ammonia tablet and woke him up, he was adamant that he didn't want to leave the party, so.
That tracks. I can see here a stack of papers that say citation on them. Is that from this weekend?
It is. All of these citations are just from the last 3 days. We arrested 4 different people for DUI over the weekend, and we served 3 arrest warrants. And probably the biggest drug bust we've ever had in our department history.
Oh, wow.
Was cannabis.
How much did you end up seizing?
Best guesstimate right now is about 75 pounds, which is extremely significant for this area. So we seized all of that, which seemed to break his soul when we took all of his stuff.
Do you foresee a future where like Edmonson County and Redneck Rave can like have a cooperation, I guess, when it comes to Redneck Rave?
I mean, I hope that we can get along. That's my goal as the sheriff, is to accommodate everybody that comes into the county. The nature of this event, it tends to bring undesirable behavior, in my opinion, but we'll deal with that.
Well, it's officially a wrap on Redneck Rave. People welcome me with open arms, open containers, and we had a good time. I'm still gonna recover from that cave party though, so gotta go take a nap. Wild night.
Sitting high, got a Ford and a Dodge and a Chevy bow tie. Don't tread on me, I'm a rebel till I die with my arm out the window in a jar for the shine. Drive a big old truck and you know it's sitting high, got a Ford and a Dodge and a Chevy bow tie. Don't tread on me, I'm a rebel till I die with my arm out the window in a jar for the shine.